Let's get this party started. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new season of Formula 1. It's an 8-race calendar and we race around some extraordinary venues: Abu Dhabi, Las Vegas, Portugal, Silverstone, Spa, Barcelona, Texas, and the track in your picture, Suzuka. It's 5.8 kilometers, 3.6 miles. We're going to run around it 53 times. It's 53 laps around this 18-turn circuit. 1 DRS zone. Overtaking is tricky around this circuit, but when you get it done, it is very satisfying, and the drivers definitely will be trying to do a lot of that here today. Here are your tyre compounds. We've got the C3, the C2, the C1, the soft, mediums, and hards. And we'll be hoping for a lot of mixed strategies throughout the season. We do have a bit of a mixed up grid though, due to a lot of lockups by certain drivers in qualifying, means that they are out of position. Let's take you through that starting grid from back to front. It is Logan Sargent who lines up in 20th. Kevin Magnussen is in 19th. Carlos Sainz, one of the drivers that we were just mentioning, who will be looking to move forward after a lot of lockups in qualifying that affected his overall position. He's alongside Joe Perez. It also applies to him as well. He will be looking to move forward from 16th. He's alongside Lance Stroll. It's Gasly in 14th. Alexander Albon for Williams in 13th. Just outside the top 10 is Hülkenberg and Ocon. So they are on the 6th row of the grid. They'll be trying to get into the top 10 in the race and score some decent points. Oscar Piastri, the Australian driver, is in 10th alongside Leclerc. Bottas and Ricciardo, both with great qualifying performances. They're in 8th and 7th. Same applies to Yuki Tsunoda, who was able to get the better of his teammate, so he's in 6th. He's alongside Fernando Alonso. We have Russell in 4th. Verstappen lines up in P3, and then it's an all British front row lockout for the opening Grand Prix of the year, but it's Lando Norris getting the better of Lewis Hamilton. Here come the lights. We're underway for the championship. Great start for Lando Norris. He's going to hold the lead towards turn 1. Can Lewis Hamilton keep Max Verstappen behind? He will, and it's going to be the second Mercedes who is going to go attacking. Russell to the inside of Verstappen, who is going to emerge in front. It's Russell who gets ahead of Max Verstappen. It's now a British 1, 2 and 3 because Russell has got into 3rd, but there was no opportunity for Lewis Hamilton to attack your race leader Lando Norris to turn 1 because Norris got such a good launch off the line. He has got the lead. Verstappen now in 4th. Let's ride on board with Fernando Alonso, who started in 5th. And that is not a good launch of the line. He's ended up in 8th. And this is the reason why. Poor launch of the line. Through goes the 2 V-carbs. And also Bottas in the kicks over there, trying to find a way through as well on the V-carb. So a very exciting start there in the mid-pack. No change out in front between the leaders though. It was only Russell who was able to get ahead. And to the inside. And this is Daniel Ricciardo. So Ricciardo looking to try attack his teammate. Instead came under pressure by Bottas, who put a nose in there. That was close, and that was even closer between the 2 V-carbs. Ricciardo and Tsunoda making contact. The rear of Tsunoda's car, the front wing of Ricciardo, coming together on the opening few corners of the season. And this is Sergio Perez, started in 16th. He'll be hoping to move forward, but this will not help his case because there was a terrible start for the Mexican driver. He's ended up in last and has a lot of work to do if he wants to score some good points today in that Red Bull. And there was a bit of debris I just saw there that flew off one of the cars ahead, so possibly there could be someone with damage. On to lap number 3 we go. And it's going to be possibly a battle for the lead because Norris is having to look in his mirrors. And Lewis Hamilton to the inside, and Hamilton gets past. Lewis Hamilton gets past Lando Norris down to turn number 1. And it's still a British 1, 2 and 3. But it's now Hamilton who is ahead of Lando Norris, and there was nothing Norris could do to defend. Visor cam will show it. And we're looking for the Mercedes appearing closer and ahead to the apex of the first turn, and Hamilton getting his way through on Lando Norris. We take a look further back on lap number 4 of this race to a huge lockup by Pierre Gasly.
Yeah, I'm okay, I just like the front.
And he's lost a lot of positions. He of course locked up down there. And this is now going to be the V-carb. And oh, that is close. That is very close. On the exit, it was Ricciardo, as the graphic shows us. Sliding his way through, gave a little sniff of an opportunity to Yuki Tsunoda. But Ricciardo was able to just about stay ahead. On to lap number 9 we go, and Lando Norris, who lost the lead on lap number 3, is about to possibly retake it as we go to turn 1. Lando Norris to the inside, and he will retake the lead and go back to the position where he started the race. P1 once again for Lando Norris. These two repassing each other constantly. It's pass and repass in this one so far. And here we go with the V-carb as we go down to the chicane. Hamilton putting a lot of pressure right now on Norris, and that was a wide movement by Verstappen, and there was also a bit of a lock up there for one of the V-carbs, it seemed like. Hard to tell, but we're about to find out because we're taking a look at the replays. That was a very close moment, all happening very quickly. We did notice that the Red Bull locked up, so it is Verstappen who locked up, and it allowed one of the V-carbs, that must be Ricciardo possibly, who has been able to get through there. And Ricciardo, yes, able to get through, and knowing the easiest of times while doing that. Back to the battle for the lead we go, and Lewis Hamilton putting 2 tyres on the grass to send it a long way around to take the lead once again, or is it? Because Lando Norris is fighting back, and we're taking a look at this on the replay right now, so not live, but they still remain side by side. This was some phenomenal action, and Norris still keeping his foot in, but surely Hamilton's finally going to get ahead, or is he? He is going to get ahead. Norris isn't going to risk going in the gravel through there. We once again take a look at your 4 leaders, not separated by anything. It's Ricciardo trying to attack George Russell. So Ricciardo doing very, very well. That is a wide moment for Alexander Albon, who will lose out to Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari and a few other cars as well. And this is how he did it. To turn 1. And is it going to be a wide moment? It is going to be a wide moment for Alexander Albon. Close to contact as he rejoined as well. But luckily still running in it in this race. We are about to get another change for the lead. Hamilton squeezing Lando Norris to the pit wall, but with DRS the McLaren emerges out in front once again, and Norris versus Hamilton. What a battle we have in the opening Grand Prix of the year. It's Norris getting the better of Hamilton, so it's Norris, Hamilton, Russell, Ricciardo and Verstappen, the top 5. Let's take a look at a replay. That is a lock up ahead, and that's a lock up as well for Tsunoda, who we are on board with, and into the path also of the McLaren. As we continue on through in this one, and that is going to be, oh, Ricciardo has gone into the grass there, and he has spun off the road there. A huge moment for Daniel Ricciardo, and is he going to be clobbered there? What, did he get clobbered by one of the Aston Martins? Yes, he was clobbered by one of the Aston Martins. Hard to tell, the safety car is out, but yes, I was correct, he was clobbered by an Aston Martin, but he was onto the grass. He lost the car, he lost it again, and then lost it again, and into the wall for Daniel Ricciardo. Huge moment in a race that was going brilliantly for him, and then into the path of the Aston Martin.
Yeah, sorry.
So, dramatic stuff there. You can see the tyre off for the Aston. Crazy few couple of corners. Stroll isn't going to be happy about that one. But the most important thing, that he is okay, because that was a huge shunt with Ricciardo moving backwards and backwards towards the racing line. And this is Ricciardo with a puncture making his way through, and his race is ruined as he gets overtaken, but at least he is still in it. Or is he? He's spun off the road as Daniel Ricciardo. He's got a 10-second penalty as well for causing the clinch.
Penalty. Okay, we'll drive faster. Cheers, buddy. Yeah,
You need
that's
to get
fine.
it.
I'll make up for it.
You need to get it to the pit lane first. And he was able to get it to the pit lane, smoking all the way. He's not the only one with a penalty. Another one is Hulkenberg. And oh, So speeding on the safety car is why Hulkenberg has been given a penalty. As we take a look at a replay, that is outrageous on the brakes by Daniel Ricciardo, who gets past Logan Sargent, who gets past Kevin Magnussen, or is at least trying to, turning it into a traction race. He said he would make up for it. He absolutely is right now. And that was unbelievably late on the brakes, nearly involved in another contact there for Daniel Ricciardo. He is going to be the man on the charge. Are we getting one of Daniel Ricciardo's special once again? We are! And it's on the man who he is coming to Formula 1 in hope of replacing. And you can see with how close they're getting. That they're both definitely are absolutely scrapping it out and both want that Red Bull seat. Here we go. We take a look further back to Leclerc trying to attack Tsunoda. Fastest lap belongs to Verstappen and off the road goes Ocon, the second Alpine that we've seen go off the road today. Not as big though for Esteban Ocon like it was for Gasly earlier on. And this is how Ocon did it. To the chicane and a lock up and off and wide, and to give the position there to the Haas as well. And this is the battle for the lead with Fernando Alonso getting to the inside. It's Alonso who takes the lead of the race. He gets past Lando Norris. It's now Alonso, Norris and Verstappen who are the top three in this one. Here we go with Oscar Piastri. Can he now try and get past Tsunoda, who is the car ahead, but he's off the road and it won't be ahead for long because he is going to lose out massively. And Yuki Tsunoda dropping out there behind his teammate as well. Huge lock up to turn number 1. And losing loads of positions due to it. Oh, we're about to go side by side down to 130. Oh, you bet we are. Nothing between them. And getting through is Joe. Joe gets past Yuki Tsunoda, who is off the road once again with damage as well. So that's why he is being attacked absolutely everywhere. This is visor cam through such a quick corner. And getting overtaken by Joe. And he was also on the grass there as well. And lots of swearing, understandably, on the radio for Yuki Tsunoda. As he continued through turn number 1. This is going to be an overtake by the Mercedes, and getting through won't be the only one. That could also be an opportunity, and off the road there as well. On to lap number 34 we go, with Lando Norris looking in his mirrors. Max Verstappen is getting to the inside, and Max Verstappen is about to take the lead. That was close to turn number 1, and it was very close between Verstappen and Norris, but Verstappen was able to get through, and he gets past Norris. Kevin Magnussen, let's hear from him. Oh, we've seen a lot of lockups. We had a lot of that in qualifying. We mentioned that earlier on. We're seeing a lot of locking up by these drivers in the race. Here is Valtteri Bottas, I believe, looking to attack Charles Leclerc. Can he find a way through? But also, oh, he won't be able to find a way through. Instead, he's going to lock up, go wide, and Ricciardo will say thank you very much. He's up to P6. And now, can he go and attack Charles Leclerc? How much is he going to be gaining? Well, he's gaining a lot to turn 1. Look at the speed for Daniel Ricciardo, who is past Charles Leclerc. He's got the fastest lap. He's got 5th place. Back to the battle for the lead. That is tight between Norris and Verstappen. And Norris trying to find a way through all the way around the outside to chop across Verstappen and to ensure that he's got P1 by the time that he leaves turn number 1. And let's see. On the grass, getting through for Lando Norris. So it's Lando Norris who is ahead right now. And he's locked up. Lando Norris is locked up. And that will open the door for Verstappen and also Alonso and the Mercedes. And he stopped. Has Lando Norris. Lando Norris has stopped. And he's losing out so much time. He's letting the field through. And Lando Norris, a chance of victory has faded away for the McLaren driver.
Anti-stall.
Oh, he'll be gutted with that. There's a chance of victory gone for Lando Norris. Huge error. And it sees everyone sail their way by and say thank you very much. Here we go, lap number 53. We are on the final tour of this race with Ricciardo trying to get past Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo going for it. He's locked up though. He's gone straight on as Daniel Ricciardo. Max Verstappen wins the opening race of the year to beat home Fernando Alonso, who takes second. It's Hamilton in third. Ricciardo went bold at the end and it won't pay off. Huge lockup and he'll finish in fourth.
So yeah, that's really good. Oh, nice. I enjoyed that one.
And this is it. At the end, he got so close. He got so close that he had to back out of it. And then it was absolutely brave to the chicane. Locked up, straight on. And Hamilton, of course, retaking the place. Ricciardo will try to take a podium there at the end, but it will be fought for Daniel Ricciardo. Still a great drive at the end to recover and get some decent points for Ricciardo. This was it with Hamilton's on board, and you can see sailing on by, and you would have thought that he lost that place, but luckily for him, he was just able to keep it. And this was a brilliant battle all the way to the checkered flag. Reaching that checkered flag first is Max Verstappen though, who takes the opening Grand Prix of the year. He beats home Fernando Alonso, a great drive by him to finish second. And it's Lewis Hamilton who is in third after thinking that he would have lost that position. Ricciardo though gave it his all, but he had nothing to lose. He still gets fourth place anyway, so it's worth the risk. Leclerc in fifth, Bottas, Lando Norris, who would have hoped to have been on the top step. That is disappointing for him. Outside the top 10 we've got Russell, Albon, Sainz, Perez. Those two weren't able to recover much. Then Joe, Magnussen, Sargent, Tsunoda, Gasly and Stroll being a retirement due to that moment by Daniel Ricciardo. And Max Verstappen, well, 7/10 over the line between Verstappen and Alonso. It seems like that this season is still going to be very exciting all the way through, so make sure you join us for every single round. We go racing, of course, at Austin, Texas next, and the championship standings the exact same as your race results, of course. So it's Verstappen with 25 already on the board with a 7-point advantage over Fernando Alonso. Hamilton, Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc, Bottas, Norris, Hülkenberg, Ocon and Oscar Piastri. More importantly though, the constructors, because that is going to be slightly different. Still Red Bull, still Aston Martin, still Mercedes, and then also recap with Ferrari in 5th. We have the Kicksauber in 6th, McLaren in 7th. We have Haas, Alpine, and Williams, the only team not to score any points, but they will be hoping that that changes in the next 7 races. We still have 7 races, so it all can change indeed.